Oh no, not another story about women's sports getting trashed.
No!
Yes,
How about no?
here we go again.
What?
We go to Reno, Nevada, where the National Masters Weightlifting Championships took place,
Don't say it, don't say it.
and a dude who likes to feel pretty
Hello!
wins the competition. I know, shocking.
What the fuck?
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this
It's a man.
is What's Next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jazz Borganzo. What's Next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Happy Wednesday. Well, like I said in my intro, oh no, another story about women's sports getting trashed, getting wrecked, getting ruined by stupidity, nonsense, and shenanigans. Yes, we go to Reno, Nevada, where the National Masters Weightlifting Championships took place, and a bevy of competitors took part and dominated the competition. Well, no, not really. There was only one, and he was a dude. Yeah, I know. Here we go again. This comes out of the post-millennial. Trans-identified male, dude who likes to feel pretty, wins the U.S. Women's National Weightlifting Competition. Not just that, but he breaks records. A Transmental won the women's division of the 2024 U.S. Weightlifting Masters Nationals, which took place between March 21st and the 24th in Reno, Nevada. 57-year-old Vic Piper came in first place in the women's 76 kilogram weight category, writing on the Instagram that both lifts were competition personal records. In the sport of weightlifting, lifters undergo two lifts, the snatch and the clean and jerk, and the heaviest lift of each is counted and the athlete's final total. Lives a TikTok. They've been amazing masters at this. Breaking. Man wins first place in women's weightlifting competition. Shocker. Vic Piper, a dude, competing as a woman in male's national weightlifting championships in this weekend in Reno, Nevada. He won first place, beating out all other women's in the category. Vic is a cheater. Piper came out on top with a total of 127.17 ahead of second place finisher, a real woman, Krista Dornbush. In the snatch, Piper lifted 56 kilograms, around 123 pounds, and the clean and jerk, Piper lifted 71 kilograms, or 156 pounds. Dornbush lifted 46, 101, and the snatch 64, or 141 in the clean and jerk. Piper wrote on Instagram that this was the first national weightlifting competition for the athlete. Yes, I've never been to any competitions before until now. And yes, I kicked ass. And who stood a head taller than the female athletes on the podium? Quote, "Thank you for USA Weightlifting and hosting such a well thought out and supportive event here in Reno, Nevada, because it was so divisive and inclusive." U.S. weightlifting rules on transmentals state that the transmental athlete must show evidence of undergoing hormone therapy for at least 2 years to minimize gender-related competition advantages. Yes, because bone structure, genetics, muscle density has nothing to do with weightlifting. Transmental weightlifters must submit a formal letter to request to participate in the USAW sanctioned events as well as application. This is reviewed by the eligibility committee, yes, because it all has to be eligible, which can request things such as the relevant medical records of the athlete, and a decision is made. The policy covers a transmental weightlifter who wants to compete in such events below the international level, such as the Olympics, which in January announced a new framework on transmental athletes in the competition, which removed the hormone levels and requirements from transmental athletes, according to NBC News. Again, another story of ruining women's sports. You got someone like Riley Gaines, the famed NCAA championship swimmer, who was upended by Will Thomas, another dude who likes to feel pretty, in a college championship. What was it now? What's it now? Been 2 years since that happened? Year and a half? Anyway, Riley Gaines has been on a quest. She's been on a quest to make sure women's sports excuse me, stay for women. You've had a number of famed women athletes come out, including one Martina Navratilova, the legendary tennis player, Hall of Famer, champion, come out and say, yeah, you know what? This shit needs to stop. This is ridiculous. This is asinine. Women's sports are for women's sports, men are for men's, and the line should not be blurred. But no, we continue not just to blur the line, but to erase it altogether. When you have nonsensical bullshit like this going on. And then, what pisses me off even worse is that the women who are standing on the podium. Let me hold on. Let me bring up that picture. Let me bring that picture back up again. When you have this nonsense, you got two women standing next to the dude. You got one who looks very giddy, and then the other one looks like a forced smile. This is the bullshittery that continues to go on. When you got a mental illness continually to be celebrated, continue to be waving pom-poms, doing handstands, because of diversity, inclusive, equity, You would have thought that going into 2024, that basically after all the shenanigan and bullshit that we saw last year on stories just like this would kind of die down. That people would finally get the message, that corporate would get the message and say, yeah, you know what? We can't continue to support this shit. No, 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 and no. It continues to go on. And sadly and pathetically, we, well, me speaking personally, I will continue to cover it and to continue to mock it and to wreck it, to make it, because it is total ass clownery that we continue to allow shit like this to go on. When these women who stood on that podium should have said, no, I lost out to a dude. I lost out to a guy who likes to feel pretty, who thinks he's a woman. I'm a woman. He's not. But yet you want to give him the fucking gold medal. Fuck that noise. And I would have walked off the podium. I would have took that medal. I would have took that silver or bronze, whatever the hell it was that was handed to me, and I would have threw it in their faces. I said, you can take this medal and shove it up your ass. That would have been me. But we saw the same situation. Sorry, man. Frog in the throat. We saw the same situation with Riley Gaines. When Riley Gaines stood on that podium next to Will Thomas, it took her weeks to come to the realization that, no, this is wrong. And then, of course, more stuff started to come out, especially when Will Thomas went into the women's locker room and dropped his pants and his balls in front of Riley Gaines and the other competitors. But yet, what are we now? Again, 2 years of this nonsensical bullshit, and it still continues. Y'all gotta stop that shit. Y'all have to stop this shit. Because, again, it's fucking ruining women's sports. Thank God for Caitlin Clark. Thank God for Caitlin Clark. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borgonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Appreciate you guys watching. Continue to spread the word about the show. Help it continue to grow. And we'll see you next time. Peace.